The bench by the park. Every morning, Maya stopped by the same park bench before heading to her job at the cafe. An old man sat there, feeding birds with trembling hands. He never spoke much, but his eyes told stories of a life once grand. One rainy morning, she noticed he didn't have his umbrella. Without thinking, Maya took off her own coat and draped it over his shoulders. He smiled faintly. "Thank you, dear. You remind me of someone I lost long ago." That day began a silent friendship, one built on kindness and small acts of care. She brought him tea, warm bread, sometimes even home-cooked soup. He never asked her for anything, but he always waited for her. The mysterious old man. Weeks turned into months. Maya learned his name, Mr. Raymond Hale. He said little about his family, only that he once had a grandson who was too busy for old stories. One evening, when Maya found him coughing badly, she offered to take him to the hospital, but he refused. "I'm not alone," he whispered. "I still have you." That night, she stayed with him until he fell asleep on the park bench. She never imagined that someone so gentle could be so forgotten. The day everything changed. The next morning, Maya arrived at the park, but Mr. Hale wasn't there. She panicked, searching the nearby streets until she found an ambulance pulling away. She followed it to the hospital, where she learned he'd fainted the night before and been admitted. When she finally got to see him, the nurse stopped her. "I'm sorry, miss. Only family is allowed now. His grandson has arrived." Just as Maya turned to leave, a tall man in an expensive suit walked out of the room, flanked by two lawyers. His eyes were sharp, cold. "Are you the girl who's been helping my grandfather?" he asked. Maya nodded nervously. He glanced at her modest clothes, then at the nurses. "From now on, she's not allowed near him. I'll handle his care." Her heart sank. Secrets and signatures. For days, she wasn't allowed to see Mr. Hale. But one afternoon, a nurse secretly handed her an envelope. Inside was a shaky letter. "My dear Maya. You were the only one who saw me as more than an old man. Don't listen to my grandson, he's lost in the world I built. But soon, he'll learn what truly matters. R. Hale." The next morning, Maya was summoned to the lawyer's office. The same grandson sat there, expression unreadable. "My grandfather passed away last night," he said quietly. "And he left this." He slid a document across the table. Maya froze when she saw her name, listed in his will. The inheritance of kindness. Mr. Hale had left her his small cottage, the same one where he'd raised his grandson. The lawyer explained, he said she reminded him what love looks like. The grandson stood there, silent, then finally said, "I thought you were after his money. But he was right, you gave him something none of us did, time." Tears filled Maya's eyes. She didn't care about the cottage, she only wished the old man could have seen how much he'd changed her too. As she walked out of the office, the grandson called out, "Miss Maya. If you're willing, maybe you could tell me what he used to talk about. I never really listened before." She turned and smiled softly. "Then maybe it's time you start."